Hello students, welcome back. Mr. Labour here. So in today's video we're going to be using Inkscape to draw a fish, and I have a picture of the fish over here that I'll show you. So this is the fish that we're going to be drawing, and what I'm going to do is suggest that certainly initially you follow along and do what I'm going to do, because it will make your life a little bit easier. Now the first thing is I'll show you the way that if we had a piece of paper and a pencil, what we would do is we would grab the pencil and we would draw the outline or draw around creating our fish, which hopefully would look a little bit better than that. But if you do that in Inkscape or in any vector drawing program, that is going to get you into a lot of trouble. You'll see why if I click on this nodes tool. We have got dozens of nodes around here, and this is far too many, and like I say, it's going to get you into trouble. So don't do it like that. We'll delete that and grab this tool here, which is the Bezier tool, and just make yourself a triangle. So click, 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 and back to here. It does that sometimes. So click, 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 and back to there. Okay, so that's given us a triangle, and that's all that we need to start with. Now we'll go back to our nodes tool by pushing N on the keyboard, and now what we can do is we can start moving and manipulating these nodes into a fish. So that's not coming. Let me try another way. We need to convert this into a curve by pulling it out. It does this sometimes. So we can do that by pulling that line out or selecting it and clicking on that, which gives us a curve, and it's still not dragging itself out. Okay, right, we'll do it another way with these handles. There we go. Seems to be the screen recording software that I have seems to get in the way of doing that sometimes. Okay, so we need to turn this one into a curve, and it looks like we've got the same problem. So what I'm going to do is turn them all into curves, and then start working on creating a fish. Okay, so what we need now is more, dear me. Okay, so I've inserted another node there. Now, my screen recording software seems to be getting in the way of this working correctly. For you guys to insert a node like this, all you need to do is double click on the line. I'll try it here. It's not working for me. I've got to do it a different way. But for you guys, you just need to double click on the line to create new nodes, and then put a node where you need them. You'll need one at the base of the tail. You're going to need another one there. So I've got to do it this way. But like I say, you guys can double click on the node. So you'll need one there. And move these handles around until you start to get your fish shape. I'm going to create another node. It's a bit difficult trying to battle against this software. Okay, and you'll need another node down here, so I do it like that. It's moving like that because I've got all the nodes selected. So there we go. I'll put that there. I'll put that there. Now that's really all the nodes that you need at the moment anyway to create the fish shape. You want to, when you're doing a drawing like this, have as fewer nodes as possible. But also what you need to do is you need to make sure that your nodes are at the top or the bottom of the circle. Okay, so you see this one at the moment. It's right down the bottom of this curve. It's not like placed right there. It's at the bottom. And that's what you need to do. So using these control handles, I'm able to get the fish get the outline into the shape that I want mostly. Make sure that this one over here is a pointy one, so you need to have this, or corner, it needs to be this type. Whereas these ones here, these are all smooth nodes. Okay, so that's not really very good. But, it's sort of okay now. It's a bit difficult for me. Like I say, I'm battling against the software which is not allowing me to do things. Okay, right, so that's it. So we'll now create a bit of a fin on the top of the fish. So once again, just 3 clicks, and that's all it should take, and then push enter and go back to your node tool and then start to work them. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of those, convert them into curves again, and start creating my fin at the top. Okay, and one more thing I'm going to draw, or one thing at the moment, an eye. Once again, just 3 oops. So to delete a node, just click on it and push the delete button on your keyboard. Right, now let's try to get this all in as curves. And the other thing with this, what you need to do, don't make sure these are not corner curves, make them smooth ones, and then you'll start to get your eye shape much quicker. Okay. Right, so there we go. That's my eye. Okay, now this line here that's going through, we don't want to see that, so push F12 on your keyboard and we'll go to paint, and then if you go down here, there's white down here. In fact, I didn't even need to push F12, I could have just gone straight down there, and that's made this front part white so it can't be seen and we can't see what's behind it. Okay, so we need to do now a similar one to that. At this stage I'm going to stop the video and do this. This is very difficult for me because what should be happening is not happening because of the screen recording software that I'm using on top. So I'll stop my video, and if you guys can get your fish looking as best you can like that, with as fewer nodes as possible. You'll need one up here, you'll need one here, you'll need one here, 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 and you possibly don't even need one at the bottom. But these things, you'll need one there, and one there. And then obviously these will be simple. Okay, and then put the black eye in, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, well, I've had a lot of trouble with the screen recording software that I'm using, which has been upsetting Inkscape. So as you saw when I was drawing the nodes around here, I wasn't able to do things like double click to add a node. But also when I got to do the colouring in, it became impossible and I wasn't able to do it. So look, I've got it coloured in at the moment, and I've started the screen recording software again, and I'm going to now show you what I've done. So taking the body here for example, I've put this gradient on it. Now here's the gradient controller here. I'll show you how to get that on. So I push F12 and making sure obviously that you've got your body selected, and I've got this gradient here, which I have renamed fish body. Okay, and then what you do is push F12 again to get rid of that, is that puts this line. As soon as you put a gradient on, you've got this line. There we go. I can't adjust it now. Let's try. There we go. That's better. You've got this line, and when it first goes on, it will be horizontal like that. Well, what we're trying to do is get the fish darker at the top, so that he's got a lighter body. And so I've changed the line around so it's sort of going up and down like that, and that's given him a light body underneath. Now, what you do is you double click these squares here, and then you can adjust the color of them. Now, this is where the screen recording software wasn't allowing me to do it before. I'm just going to try. Yes, no, it's not doing it. But you double click this and then double click that, and let's try again. No, it's still not letting me do it. And then that will give you options to change the color of each end. So put a lighter one down here, a darker one up here, and then you can move it around until you get it right. Now when you do this fin here, what you can do then is you can apply that same gradient to it. So there's your line, and you just apply the same gradient. The same with this one at the bottom here, that's the same. Okay, and here's my line. Actually, I'm going to put it a little bit lower so that I end up with darker colours through here. Okay, so right, you guys, so if you can get to that stage, make it look like a fish, as good a fish as what you can. Okay, so when you guys get your fish to where you're happy with it, so it looks a pretty good fish, what I want you to do is use this selection up here, select the entire fish, copy it, Control C to copy, and then open up Publisher. There's Publisher there, and I'll just get a portrait, or whichever one you like. Probably best to have the orientation landscape, and then we'll paste our fish in. Now at this stage we really shouldn't be resizing it very much, but I've just resized it a little bit. Now at that stage I want you guys to give it a title. Where is it? There we go. Just do something simple. Give your fish a name, whatever it is. Nemo. That's a very good one. And so that, whoops. So that our fish has a name, and put your name down the bottom, save it, and then hand it in, please. Okay, thanks a lot. We'll see you guys in the next video.